It's Wartone 202 coming at you one more game in the crib this time. And all you people on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, and all social media, what's up? To my neighbors and my fam, what's happening? You know, America wants us to celebrate being Americans. They want us to be proud to be Americans, the way the song goes. They want us to stand up during the national anthem. They want us to stand when the flag is presented. They want us to stand and uh, back up our military. They want us to be proud of our police. They want us to not complain as African Americans. But the problem with all of those situations is the further we seem like we're progressing, the more people are trying to push us back. And this is white and black people. See, I'm not against white people. I'm against racism. There's some black people I don't like because I know they hate me simply because of the way I look. I don't like them either. You know what I mean? I, and it's always been that way since the beginning of time. There's always been somebody in your own camp that you just don't like because they don't like you. And you can't change their mind. But you know how to deal with them because you know you live around them. You know what it is with them. You know that they don't have a high moral or a high standard. They don't have a high ground. Even if they think they're high minded or better than you, just the simple fact they don't like you because of the way you look is a troglodyte way of thinking. That in itself demoralizes your humanity. Just that point alone. Usually, usually, for a civilized individual, that situation doesn't go far. You just stay away from each other because you can't change the way you look. But when the way you look is an immediate affront to somebody else's humanity, not the fact that I kicked your cat, I hit your car, I date your wife, what I'm saying, that you used to have, or I date your girlfriend that you used to have, or, I got the job that you wanted. None of that, not none of that to make people like jealousy and envy, not none of that. When the way I look is an affront to your humanity, when you look at me and you think, I need to kill this person. I need to kill that which he is or she is. I need to stomp out this life and life form simply because of their appearance. That right there is hate. And it's an innate hate. It's deep. It's spiritual. It's deep rooted. It has stretched over time. It's not going to be fixed with a conversation. It's bad blood. This is what America is constantly illustrating to us. That the conversation that they want to have is only to placate us. See, when there's somebody in my hood I don't like, I'll be like, yo, you stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. If it's my neighbors, I just won't talk to them. And even dudes in the hood who don't like each other, gang members who don't like each other, some of them just are smart. The OGs, they're just smart. They're just like, I'm just not going to go around this dude because I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But they know where each other live. But then you like when you got the younger gang dudes and they know that someone wears a certain color and the other one wears a certain color and they've been beefing for a long time. What do? They go out and they kill each other simply because of colors. Colors have a spiritual property. My black skin has a spiritual property just like everybody else's skin, no matter what tone it is. There is a whole universe behind the battle that we are in. And this is why just a simple conversation is never going to cure it. I listen to a lot of people talk about the narrative, and a lot of people want to pacify what's going on, black and white. They even had a white cop, from Ohio. He was like, he's a chief. He's like, you other cops is making us look bad. I hear Skip Bayless and on his show and Shannon Sharp talk intelligently about what's happening with Colin Kaepernick and how all these black men are being killed and so on and so forth. And I listen to a lot of people on the internet like Zaza, I forgot what her name is, a sister, and her intelligence is speaking. And I listen to a lot of people, even the president. I listen to them and what they say. But nobody ever goes back to the root of it. Zaza gets deep, but I'm waiting for somebody to really say what the real reason for all this is. I'm waiting for somebody to bring in the spiritual element of what's happening to us. Even black on black crime, which is the same thing with Asian on Asian crime, white on white crime, and all that other stuff. And people march and protest against black on black crime. If you don't know about that, there's been meetings in Chicago where there's been famous people and even the president, his attention has gone to Chicago and things along that line. So people are protesting black on black crime. But nobody wants to talk about the spiritual element of what's happening to us. We want to pray, but we just want to pray that it gets better. We don't want to pray against what's happening to us in the form of naming what it is. I know this spirit is involved here, and I bind that spirit, or I cast that spirit out, or go and tell people, look, this is what's happening to you. And this is the spirit behind it. Some people can identify it. Some people need to hear that, other people won't listen to it, but that doesn't make it any less true. The blood that's being spilled is because of a spiritual battle that has long existence before we ever got here. You want to say God and the devil and the angels and demons, but when you start, whenever you call somebody by their name, they recognize it. Why? Because it's a frequency. Your voice emits a frequency that something recognizes, and they turn and give their attention to you. It's the same thing what's going on here. Some of y'all are not interested in this, and that's cool. Some of y'all that are interested in it, you know what I'm talking about. You don't have to be a holy of the holies to recognize what's going on. These police who are out here killing, they're motivated by a spirit. These black men that are killing each other, they are motivated by spirits. We're like finger puppets to them. It's not a sexy topic, I know, but it's the truth. We need to wake up to what we really are. We need to wake up to the fact that the spirit is controlling our situations. And we need to walk And we need to walk in the Spirit in order to recognize the Spirit. That's, that's where it gets tough. People don't want to hear that. They want to, listen to the radio and all that other stuff. But they don't want to fight the spiritual battle or sacrifice in order to get that spiritual armor to help you with the physical world. It's hard. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I've used it before. I've used it a few times. And I'm not saying it's the end all that be all, but what it does is it helps recognize you. It helps recognize the situation that you're in. America is in a spiritual battle. And I'm going to tell you, you have a better chance of physically and spiritually surviving if you recognize the spirits that you're up against. And the only way to do that is to find out who's for you and who's against you. Because the killing is not going to stop. But that doesn't mean it has to happen to you. If you understand what I'm saying. Don't just pray anymore. Don't just fly by night pray, oh God, bless my family. And when you do that, you're not pinpointing who it is that's trying to cause you harm. Listen, I've watched a lot of videos, but I've never seen any of the people who have been shot, and I'm not saying that they don't, but I've never seen any of the victims pray whenever the police approached them. And that's your first line of defense. Cop stops you, walks up to your car, start praying before he even gets there. Father, in the name of Jesus, Yahshua, Yahweh, Yehoshua, call for him and his angels. And don't ask him to protect you. Claim your protection. Don't try to bully God, but use what he wrote and claim it as yours. Now that's power. That's power that bullets can't penetrate that. Because you stop the spirit that's in the police officer before he even looks at you as a threat. Now, like I said, I ain't saying that's the end all to be all. But what I'm saying is it's your first defense. It's your first defense. Even your children before they leave the house, because they're killing children too. You recognize the spirit that's out there who's trying to get to you. And then you recognize the spirit that's for you. And you claim what's yours. Especially you Israelites. Especially you from the northern kingdom. Especially you warriors, you prayer warriors and you physical warriors. You, when they look at you, they are afraid of you because of what your skin represents. That's what's happening. You cannot change the way you look, but you can defend yourself spiritually and physically. But start off with the spirit early in the morning if you have to. And whenever one of them approach you and you feel that it's not going to go right, you start praying before they get out the car. And you claim who you are. You tell the angels and the demons exactly what you are. And you defend yourself. It's your boy Tone 202.